myself. I need to present my ideas. I need to have persuasion. I need to be able to negotiate things. And this goes whether you're trying to negotiate with your kids, or your wife, or a business deal. And we also need to learn how to learn. I talk about this quite a bit. We need to learn how to learn, and we also need to learn how to teach. We need to do both of those. And so we need to work to learn, not to earn. And this goes back to kind of the first point about the rich don't work for money, right? I'm working to learn, because if I learn and advance my skills to make more money, I'm not working for the money. So that's Robert Kiyosaki's 6 points. Now let's break these down a little bit. All right. Now, Robert Kiyosaki, if I compare these two, the big differences are Dave Ramsey is very risk averse. Get rid of all of your debt. Don't use debt, and just put your money into a mutual fund. Just give it to somebody else who wants to manage it for you. Pay off all your debt and just give someone else your money. And as Robert Kiyosaki said, that works great for most people, because most people aren't smart enough, and I would add, don't have enough motivation to do anything else. They would rather just have no debt, have no risk, give someone else money, and just watch Netflix and chill every day. But for those of us, like me and you, who want more from our lives, then we need more. And how do we get more? Well, then we're going to have to spend more time to learn, to build our skill set. And once we've been able to learn and build up our skill set, our mental capital, as I call it, then we learn the difference between good debt and bad debt, then we can use debt in order to build our assets. We can start businesses, and we can buy real estate. And it doesn't have to be risky. As a matter of fact, I've started dozens of businesses, and I've never once taken a large amount of capital. You see, when you start surface-based businesses, it doesn't require capital. It only requires your time and your skill set. So, for example, you could probably go start a pressure washing business. You can go to Home Depot, buy a pressure washer for $300. You could probably even rent one. And you could probably go to your neighborhood or go to a wealthy neighborhood with the big houses, and you could probably charge $200 to $400 to pressure wash their driveway. And you could build that up pretty quickly. It doesn't take money, it takes time and skill set. Now, the bigger your skill set and the bigger market you can apply to, the more money you can make. But I like Robert Kiyosaki's approach. I would rather spend the extra time, effort, energy. I want to increase my income. I want to grow my wealth faster. Understand that it takes me more time. But if you're the Netflix and chill kind of guy, you want to live in your parents' basement, watch Netflix, and eat Cheetos, go for the Dave Ramsey approach. But maybe I'm too harsh. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Come to my live event and tell me. We're going to do a live Q&A. I'm going to show you this reverse market crash, how it's going to affect the world, and what you could or should be doing about it. So come hang out. Check it out. Go to onemarkmoss.com or go.onemarkmoss.com/reverse. Go.onemarkmoss.com/reverse. Hope to see you there. If not, hit me up on social media at onemarkmoss, and that's what I got. Thanks so much for listening.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author and star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economists and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs share a strange concept I call the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income with the same dollars saved, and your money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get a free copy of this brand new movie, The Baby Boomer Dilemma, at 1-800-506-2020. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you'll get it completely free, plus 2 hours of bonus behind-the-scenes footage. I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. So don't delay, call right now, 1-800-506-2020. That's 1-800-506-2020, 1-800-506-2020.
With so many mesothelioma lawyers, how do you choose the right firm for you and your family? I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, and here's my advice to you. Do your research. Results matter. Reputation matters. As America's largest injury firm, we have more offices, more lawyers, and more caring staff members than any other injury firm in the world. Last year alone, our team answered over 2 million of your calls and recovered over $1 billion for our clients. $30 billion was set aside for mesothelioma victims like you. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, we'll come to you within 24 cars so our team can get to work right away. Wherever you are, whenever you want. Our goal is to get you as much as you deserve. Call us now as the time to file a claim may be limited.
Call 1-800-602-3300. 1-800-602-3300. That's 1-800-602-3300. Call now.
At Ford, you'll always get their best price when you choose from the great inventory of new Ford models and quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, including Ford Blue and Vantage vehicles. Go to elproford.com to get pre-approved for financing today.
All financing on approved credit. The holiday season is time for coming together with loved ones. And though it may seem like a hard topic to broach, like your aunt's once again bone-dry turkey, now is a great opportunity to ask how aging relatives are doing and discuss their plans for the future. By asking if they're up to date with important vaccinations, being active every day, and discussing their long-term housing plans, you're helping make sure they're better prepared for aging. So it's your chance to start this important conversation. Visit aging.ca.gov to learn more.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening now. You'll see your local holiday radio station, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio, free, never sounded so good.
For more information on contests on this station, go to kste.iheart.com/rules.
Start your day with Armstrong and Getty. Weekday morning from 6 till 10. And iHeartRadio. On the hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Matt Piper. The White House is looking to clear congressional hurdles and free up access to needed war funding to help the efforts in Israel and Ukraine. CBS's Roland James Inman says Senate negotiators are trying to fine-tune a deal on border security as soon as tomorrow, but there's a growing list of ifs.
Even if a deal is struck with Senate Republicans, the House still gets a say, and some House Republicans have indicated that they want things such as border wall construction and the Trump-era Remain in Mexico policy to be part of the legislation.
The Israeli Prime Minister says he's keeping his eyes on the prize and renewing the push to go after Hamas. CBS's Rami Inocencio on the effort to free 130 hostages, including 8 Americans.
Gaza will be demilitarized and under the security control of Israel, said Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, as angry Israelis in Tel Aviv demand he do more to bring the hostages home.
So whatever you need, give them all the Palestinian prisoners, give them back, and give me back my answer, give back all the hostages.
There are rising tensions in the Red Sea. A U.S. warship shot down 14 drones fired by suspected Houthi rebels in Yemen. A British warship also intercepted a drone. It comes as 2 major shipping companies, Hapag-Lloyd and Maersk, announced they would avoid the Red Sea because of the threat of attacks. The holiday lights beckon in some popular destinations.
Millions of Americans are getting ready to head out for the holidays over the next week.
It's the most wonderful time.
Some will use the time off for a vacation. DashCam evaluated the top search destinations over the past 90 days for stays at least 5 nights between December 23rd and January 1st. Number 1 on the list, New York City. Rounding out the top 5, Orlando, Cancun, Las Vegas, and Hawaii. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
In terms of busiest times during the holidays, Fridays and Saturdays used to be the peak travel days, but the FAA now says the Christmas crunch will be Wednesdays and Thursdays this year. But to travel, you have to spend money. Many are still struggling financially, despite recent drops in inflation and unemployment.
For many families, the holidays are the most expensive time of the year. High prices are squeezing budgets even more.
I budgeted knowing that Christmas comes the same time every year and that inflation is still going to be high.
But inflation is falling in a big way, down from 9.1% last June to 3.1% this November.
Correspondent Michael George. This is CBS News.
You don't need a job platform, you need a hiring partner. Indeed lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews, all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credits. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job,
So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba, please be done. Over and over and over and over and over. Then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Erica Kane wins again.
Susan Lucci received the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Daytime Emmys for playing the glamorous, emotional character for 40 years on the soap All My Children.
How lucky am I to dream my dreams of becoming an actress and grow up and have my dreams come true.
Lucci was nominated 18 times in the lead actress category before finally winning in 1999. She turns 77 next week. The 50th annual ceremony honors talk shows and soap operas and is the first major award show to return since the writers and actors strikes ended. Alice Key, CBS News.
Patriotic mobs and harbor tea dumping has returned to Boston. The city's marking the 250th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. Saturday's commemoration of the revolutionary protest included a reenactment of the throwing of tea leaves into the city's harbor as crowds cheered. Matt Piper, CBS News.
I thought I was in control.
I was wrong.
I just didn't realize
I was that drunk.
I was that high.
I should have never driven.
I lost my job.
My family.
My everything.
Don't be the I in DUI.
In 2021, 1,370 people were killed in DUI crashes throughout California. Driving under the influence of anything is dangerous, illegal, and has serious consequences. Go safely, California.
The holiday season is time for coming together with loved ones. And though it may seem like a hard topic to broach, like your aunt once again bone-dry turkey, now is a great opportunity to ask how aging relatives are doing and discuss their plans for the future. By asking if they're up to date with important vaccinations, being active every day, and discussing their long-term housing plans, you're helping make sure they're better prepared for aging. Don't miss your chance to start this important conversation. Visit aging.ca.gov to learn more.
For more information on contests on this station, go to kste.iheart.com/rules.
Could you imagine a world, well, a democracy that we live in, where your voice doesn't matter, where you have people that are pushing things down your throat for total control and surveillance against your best wishes? Well, that's exactly what's happening right now with Elizabeth Warren in the U.S. government, pushing new policies to take away your freedom, to take away your privacy, even though democracy, the people are standing up to it, standing up against it. As a matter of fact, it has been debunked, it's been pushed back, and there's even states passing laws to prevent this from happening, to this overreach of your freedom. But yet she doesn't care. We're going to break this down. We're going to talk about what Elizabeth Warren is doing, what new technology she's pushing, why she's pushing it, why she's advocating, how she's using lies for this, what states are doing to push back and try to protect you. You want to make sure you're in those right states, and more. All right, now if you're just tuning in listening to the Mark Moss Show, we're talking about the way the world is changing as we look at it through the lens of politics, finance, and technology. And today we are talking about the intersection of all three of those. Politics, finance, and technology are all coming together because at the end of the day, it's technology that changes things. But it's money that gives us freedom, right? Because without money, you're sort of a slave. You're like a wage slave. And then, of course, it's politics that wants to control that, and they use money as a way to control us. And when I say money is like freedom, it's really more about the freedom to transact. I mean, and just happiness overall, right? If I don't have any money, if I don't have a house to live in, if I don't have an ability to buy food, I'm sort of like a slave. I'm at the whims of whoever will take care of me, whether that's the government giving me, welfare, or whatever it may be. But even more importantly, even if I have wealth, even if I have a lot of wealth, but I'm not able to freely transact, then I don't have freedom either. You see, our Constitution guarantees us the freedom of assembly and the freedom of speech and other things like that. But if I don't have the ability to put gas in my truck, how do I go assemble? I'm guaranteed to free assemble, but how do I get there? If I can't pay for food when I get there, how do I go? If I can't pay for a hotel room, what do I do? If I can't pay in today's day and age, if I can't pay to get a computer to go online or a phone to go on Facebook or social media, how do I have a voice? How do I have freedom of speech? And so it all starts with the freedom to transact, which is why that's the attack vector. So let's talk about what Elizabeth Warren is doing. I always kind of get a chuckle about Elizabeth Warren, just thinking about President Donald Trump, the 45th president. He would call her Pocahontas. Always got me a little chuckle. He was always good at calling names, which obviously worked against him at some point because he said mean things. I think in today's day and age where we're facing nuclear war on three fronts, a lot of people say, like, bring back those mean tweets. But he would call her Pocahontas because she claimed she was a Native American and Indian. She claimed that. But it was a lie. It was all a lie. So she used this for clout. She used this to go into this, minority group with this woman minority group so she could get this level of power. It's all been debunked. She's not an Indian. So he calls her Pocahontas. Anyway, let's talk about what she's doing. So she is going on and on and on about taking away your financial privacy and your financial freedom through the use of CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. Now, you should know about this if you've been listening to me at all, because it's something I talk about quite a bit. Let me play this clip right here. We'll set up the context, and then we'll dig into exactly what is going on here.
What that banks do wrong. If you think we could improve that in a digital world, the answer is sure you could. But in that case, let's do a central bank digital currency.
Are you there?
Oh, we're a central bank digital currency? Yeah. I think it's time for us to
So essentially, because the thing is, when you look at every piece of paper currency we issue, not with coins, but every paper currency has its own identity.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, we're prepared for the blockchain now with currency. Should that be how we build it?
So I think of it as, again, what's the problem you're trying to solve? And if the problem you're trying to solve is fast, almost frictionless ability to send money across the country, do it rapidly, send it around the world, be able to send it to your cousins in Argentina. If that's what you're trying to solve, a central bank digital currency does that. And
all right, I'm going to pause it right there, and let's just talk about what she just said there. So first of all, Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren here, just so you know, she's 74 years old. 74. I'm guessing your grandparents are probably not the most up-to-date on technology. No offense to people 74. But let's just put that in the record. Now, let's go back to what she just said there. So first of all, the interviewer here asked her, this is from a clip that she did just recently, and he asked her, are you there with the central bank digital currency? She said, yes, absolutely, I'm there. She's like laughing, almost giddy. Well, what's interesting about that is the American people aren't. As a matter of fact, the American people object. We're going to come back to some of the statistics on this and the polls that have been done. Several states have actually passed laws to prevent it. So for her to like laugh, giddy, like, yeah, we're there. Like, aren't you supposed to be upholding the democracy with the will of the people? Is, and I get it. We're not a democracy, a constitutional republic. I get that. But the point is, it's not what the people want. But yet she's there. But let's go back to what she was saying here. If you look at the problem we're trying to solve, that's what she said. If you're looking at the problem we're trying to solve, so you understand that solutions are supposed to come to problems, right? So she's saying, what is the problem we're solving? So she's approaching that right. But what she got wrong is the solution or the problem we're trying to solve. She said, if you're wanting to have a faster money, the world doesn't need a faster money. The world already has pretty fast money. As a matter of fact, we can go anywhere in the world, we can spend money as fast as we want, we can go any store we want, put our credit card in, or debit card, whatever. We have Venmo, PayPal, like, the world doesn't need faster money. If that money moves, instead of me waiting at the store, for 30 seconds for the credit card thing, if it goes into 20 seconds, does that make it better? Does the world magically improve if we fix that problem? Is that the biggest problem we're trying to solve? No. The problem we're trying to solve is we have a massive inflation, never-ending inflation, permanent and intentional inflation, because the money supply continues to expand. The government continues to print money. That's a problem. Inflation is a problem. The Fed says they're trying to solve it, but they can't solve it because they're the ones that create it. They're the arsonists trying to be the firemen. So we have this never-ending inflation. It's permanent and intentional because of the monetary supply. That's a problem. So how would we solve